we knew it was going to be a hard-fought game. Oklahoma's won 6 in a row in this league. Porter, I told him, maybe, and he and I have talked on the phone prior to this game, and I said, this may be your best job ever of coaching. Folks, when you're winning, it's a different thing. When you're struggling, that's real coaching. How do you keep them up? How do you get them involved? How do you keep them believing when you're struggling? And he did. And then the other thing is, how do you get individual players to be their best ever when your team is struggling? He figured that out. And Chris has done the same in Mississippi. They're still playing. And they were struggling not 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, we got some unbelievable coaches in this league. And obviously, you know, you're talking Missouri, Oklahoma, those teams, Texas, they should all be in. If you're in this league and you win 7, 8 in a row, like Texas, or you do the things that Missouri did and who they beat, you should be in.
All right, we'll start up front, center.
Sam Subs, Arkansas Traveler. Darius, that last jumper that you made that put you all up 4 with about 18 seconds left, was that a set play off the inbound because you only had 5 seconds on the shot clock, or was that just something that kind of came up on a whim?
No, it was a set play, but the original play is I take it out, but Coach switched it like mid-play and put me, in bounds. And, that was all him for sure.
We'll go back to the right.
No, it wasn't me. That was him.
Yeah, for Darius as well, just you didn't play against Missouri and just a while between games for you. Just what have the past couple of weeks looked like for you, and I guess just what was it like for you to knock off any potential rust with such a big game like this?
It was a lot of work for sure, training room, gym, whatever it was, but, I was still excited. The guys won the game down in Missouri, so, that was all I was happy about. And then I wouldn't say I really had rust. I was excited to play, so just playing the game, that was all I cared about.
Back to the right.
And then, Trevon, for you, just with Darius, that was the second most points an Arkansas player has ever scored in an SEC tournament game. Just, I guess, just what is it like to play with him? Just what was, I guess, working for him that you saw just in this game in particular?
No, I mean, he's a very special player. Obviously, we've seen it tonight, but not only tonight, all year. And that's why he got the Player of the Year. And, it's been great to be able to play with him this year. It's a little two-man game. And, he's just been good for us all year. So
we'll go right to center.
Trevon, a chance for revenge against the team that knocked you guys out of the SEC tournament last year. Is there a little bit of extra motivation for you returners?
I'll say we just trying to go out there and get a win. We know that's a really good team. They're going to come out and play really hard, well coached. So, it's not really no revenge or nothing like that.
To the left, front.
Darius, just the fadeaway jumper in the corner that put you guys up 4. Can you walk me through the mindset of catching that ball so deep in the corner? You have a defender on your hip pocket. Was it no doubt you were going to go up, or just walk me through the mindset and then the actual shot?
Yeah, I knew I had to get one up. It was only 5 seconds, so I was in the corner. So if I would have took a dribble or anything, I would have been stuck. So I knew once I came off, I already knew what shot I was going to take for sure.
Far right.
Darius, sorry. With the season that you've had, obviously you're busy. Do you look around the rest of the college basketball at the other freshmen who are having some strong seasons, and especially now as the calendar is turning to March, look forward to what you and the rest of you all might be able to do on this stage?
Yeah, of course I see it. I know most of those guys. They're all having, great years. They're playing special, and it's great to see, all the young guys playing great. But like I said, I'm just focused on my team, just winning games for my team.
Any additional questions for the players? Gentlemen, you're released.
Let me say one thing, as TB's walking off. It was on the set of the SEC, and the guys, he is the key to our team. Darius has done this, but if we want to be special, TB does what he does in the second half of this game, and we're really good. And so, he's an important piece of this. Malik Ewan was good today. I thought he played well. A couple plays on pick and roll. He was back too far, but short of that, he started coming up with rebounds. And he ran the floor, like sprinted, and got a dunk. And so, that's encouraging.
Front row, second one.
Yeah, you mentioned just how important Trevon Brazile's been. There was a quick 6-0 run you guys had in the second half where it really was him who made it happen, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess and Darius didn't score any of those 6 points. I guess just how big was that stretch? How big was he just, in the second half just in general?
I'm just trying to figure out where is he when he offensive rebounds, and I've broken down the tape. Anytime he's around that free throw area and we shoot and we miss, he has a chance of getting the ball. He either gets it or almost gets it and sticks it back. So now I'm just trying to figure out some ways when we're running offense and he's away, how do I get him near that free throw line? Because he will offensive rebound. He didn't make shots today, but he made 2 huge free throws. That tells you something. That's a mental toughness that, I missed every jump shot, and he's been making them, but he missed them today. Fine. Do all that other stuff. Make your free throws. Get second shots. Do a double-double. Get a couple blocks. And then that's who you are as a player. You don't have to score. Billy sometimes missed shots, but he does all the other stuff. If you look at the plus-minus, Billy and Malik Ewan were 11s.
Front row center.
Coach, you said after the Texas A&M game, the home finale, that you said you wanted your players to teach themselves, coach themselves, lean on each other, and kind of let you step back as we got into March and into postseason play. Have you seen them do that leading into this game? Did you see them do that tonight, and are you hopeful they can keep
they
doing
are. They're saying things to me in the huddle of what they may want to run, or I'm asking them and they'll tell me. But I also need them to hold each other accountable. You don't have to be mean to do it, but you got to encourage guys to do their job. And you got to be able to say, come on, man, we're trying to win. Do your job. And coming from them is totally different than coming from me.
Far right, Pete.
John, March is when a lot of common sports fans sort of hone in on college basketball and get to see someone like Darius. Maybe you've obviously had a lot of great players, UMass, Memphis, Kentucky. Can you just put him in context maybe for the fan who hasn't been following him all year?
Well, you're looking at a kid that can go in that league and have the ball in his hands and make good decisions and make shots. I don't want to put pressure on him, but I've had a lot of really good, 13 of them have become all-stars, and 2 of them have become MVPs. You're talking about rookies of the year, defensive players of the year. And he's right in there with them. And it's funny, Tyler Hero texted me and said, does he live in the gym? Somebody from the Miami Heat would ask that. Does he live in the gym? And I said, yes. But lately he's lived in the training room. But yes, he lives in the gym. So does Malik Thomas. Dudes live in the gym, which means they can miss plays, but it never phases them, and it doesn't matter what I say to them. If I say you stink, they laugh. You're crazy. I don't stink. I'm like one of the best out here. And building that, and an NBA player knows, you build that yourself. It's not what the coach says to you or a teammate. And so, yes, he lives in the gym. He loves it. He loves the game. He didn't even have a car. All this NIL stuff. He didn't have a car. He didn't want a car. Like, I want to be into basketball. Now, I say that kind of player who was pretty beat up, and I did the NBA thing, load management, and sat him out a game so that I could see if he could get healthy, and he did. So it could have backfired. But DJ played great. Malik Thomas played out of his mind. And the other guys did what they did so we could go on the road and win an overtime game without him. But I think it tells you about our team.
Front row, or we'll start right here.
sort of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I was wondering if you could further expand on your relationship with Porter, what makes him such a good coach, and why, in your mind, this team's a tournament team.
Because he's a good Catholic, that's why. He is one of the good guys in our profession. You all know his career and what he's done. And I say, you know, when you have a guy like him, then administration's got to do their thing and put around him. And I always say, coaches win games. Administrations win championships. Now, I've said that for as long as I've coached. We can do our thing, but they are going to win a championship because they choose to. They choose to invest in it. They choose to do all the things that a championship team has to have and needs to have. He's a championship coach. I mean, he is. And he's a terrific guy. And you know, I've talked to Chris throughout the year, too. Like last year when we were 0-5, Chris called me. Don't you forget who you are. I said, I've already forgotten, by the way. And I called him this year. Called him a couple times. Like I said, I look at this league, and it's not only the facilities and the fans and all that, it's the coaches. And so none of the games are easy.
Right front.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit, but holding Darius out of the Missouri game, despite him maybe being able to go if you needed him, obviously seems to have paid off very well today. I guess just how much have you seen that pay off? How much healthier does he seem to you? And I guess just how good is it to see him have such a great game in this environment?
Well, I'll go back to the hotel. He'll have treatment. He's on that training table 6 hours a day, making sure that he's right. And so, you know, let's see. Like, he may wake up in the morning. We got to play in how many hours do we have another game? What is it?
15.
15 hours. This is AAU. We play another game in 15 hours. And then we play another one.
24 hours.
Less than that.
A little less than that, yeah. 21 hours.
Yeah, 21 hours later, we're going to play another one if we can get by the next one. Why don't you say that? You better win one first. So whether he could play 3 games, I don't know. What if I don't think he can? Then I'll sit him out because this is about him.